in your system. So trauma, look at that picture, you find out that trauma can crash anybody. It does not matter your level. And that is why in mental health, we have what we call the analogy of spirituality and mentality. They are different things entirely. So you cannot, even when you are, your spiritual level is high, thought comes to your heart. So trauma can come as a result of what you think also. So in these three ways, the fact about trauma and mental healing, you have to know that healing is possible, though it takes time. So when your mental faculty is okay, you are able to cope with the stress of life. Things are coming. Do you want to tell me that today I have gone through more than 10 types of stress? Diverse that, different types of stress, like 10 today. And you can imagine, I can imagine some of us too. Probably when we are coming, we encounter traffic. Is it not a stressor? We encounter, some of us does not even have enough money at any point in time to take something. It's a kind of stressor. So we go through all these things on a daily basis. But I'm telling us that if we are not conscious of this fact, we might be accumulating this form of overwhelming experiences, and it will form trauma. And before you know it, it can lead to anything. It can lead to mental illness, and this care is not taken, depression, panic attack, aggressive character. You come back, oh God, you are working in a place and the workload was too much on you, and you get home and you transfer that aggression to your children and to your wife or to your husband, and everybody around knows that something has happened to you. If at that point in time you don't sit down to redefine that situation, it can lead to anything, disorder, everything about you. So that is why trauma, each one is possible. Whether you refuse to stay, you refuse to come out of healing and you stay there, and you refuse to go through this process and come out, it's still the same, vibes or strength that it will take you to overcome it. So healing involves discomfort, as I said earlier, but so does refusing to heal. Refusing to heal becomes painful. When you refuse to heal, trauma creates illnesses. Trauma creates stagnation, setback, depression, anxiety, and so on. But you can choose to heal rather than going through the pain. Healing isn't a competition. So you don't compare your own level of healing to another level of healing. Recovery involves your own self. In other words, you have to put everything in your being into it when you are ready for healing. Determination is essential for healing. You have to determine that I'm going to live this and I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to be healed, because you can be healed. Trauma is a wound of the mind. So number one thing you need to do is that trauma is a wound of the mind. You must train your mind. There's what we call mind shift in trauma, in mental health. In other words, when all these trauma experiences are coming, these evil thoughts are coming your mind, what you need to do at that point in time is to quickly shift your mind from that negative thing. For example, you send your child on an errand to just buy something in this street. It happens to women now. It happened to me until I started. In fact, the trauma has healed me myself. The trauma training has really healed me. You send your child to buy something for you over there, and it takes like 2 hours for him or her to come back. What runs through your mind at that time? Please, let's come out now. I'm going to round off shortly. What come out? Negativity. It will be coming. Whether you have just spoken in tongues, the moment you face such a situation, those thoughts will be coming. But maybe Okada, you don't even know. A lot of thoughts will be coming. But do you know how you can get healed immediately? Shift your mind. Tell yourself, shift your mind. And this is where spirituality comes in. At that time, you tell yourself, nothing can happen to my child. And you shift. But the moment you allow that thought to return in your mind for 5 minutes, one thought will generate at least 10 thoughts. And before you know it, 10 will generate 100. shivering. Immediately your body can, the hotness will be too much. If they test your BP, it would have risen. So you see that, especially the hardest part. Fine. Like the example I cited when I was doing the exam. You have been raped. Fine. Is it not a life situation that can change one's life? But you are a survivor. I can tell my friend I've been raped. But I can come out and say, yes, I've been raped. And so, must I die in that? After all, I didn't die only raped. So you redefine that situation. The hardest part is stigma. And so, a lot of people did not speak out, but I'm speaking out. I'm seeking for help. So you redefine the hardest part of that thing, the painful aspect. Where you know when you are thinking, you will get to a stage that will pain you the most, that will give you the most painful whatever sensation in your body. That is the hardest part. Then at that hardest part, spread it on the table and redefine it. There's always good thing out of whatever situation that has happened to you. Anything that has happened, redefine it. You are a survivor of rape. So life goes on. You don't have to die. You don't have to kill yourself because you did not die in it. So most times you miss that person around you, but you can still sit down and see the product or what has come out of that individual. What would that thing? It could be a child. It could be a friend. Work around that thing and bring it. It's like this. Then turn it like this. Turn it back to yourself. By the time you are finishing with designing this thing,